Why have a mommy mobile when you could be mothering in the third generation 2025 GMC Acadia AT4? Let's get into it, and welcome back. Welcome back to Sparkplug TV. My name is Chris, and I do car reviews for literally everybody, not just car enthusiasts. And before I begin today's video, as always, please do me the biggest favor ever and like this video, comment something down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. I see my subscriber count going up, so I really appreciate any and all support. Thank you, and please leave me a comment and let me know what you think about the 2025 GMC Acadia AT4. Bigger is better, I guess. It's not about the size of the wave, it's about the motion of the ocean. Hello? Anyways, this grew at least 10.5 inches between the second and the third generation, putting this from 193 inches from the previous generation to 204 inches in total length. The GMC Yukon is 210 inches. So is this still considered a mid-size SUV? I mean, I guess. It also grew about 3.2 inches in overall height. The regular Acadia has 6.5 inches, I think, of total ground clearance, while the AT4 has an extra inch of ground clearance with about 7.4 inches of total ground clearance. The GMC Acadia comes in 3 different trim levels, starting around $44,000 for the Elevation. This is the AT4 coming in around $54,000 MSRP, and then the Denali is gonna come in around $58,000 MSRP. But with that, you can add certain packages here and there, and you can actually customize this to your liking, kind of like a luxury car. So I kind of like that. Now, the previous generation Acadia came with a 4-cylinder and a V6. From now on, the third generation is only going to come with one turbocharged 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder engine that outputs 328 horsepower and 326 pound-feet of total torque. It's then tied to an 8-speed automatic transmission. While front-wheel drive is standard on 2 of the models, the AT4 comes standard with an all-wheel drive drivetrain, which is optional on both the Elevation and the Denali. It also has a maximum towing capacity of 5,000 total pounds. See, when I first got this Acadia, I was like, wait a second. Do I want a GMC Acadia? This is following suit with all of their other GMC products right now, especially in this LED daytime running light. It's stunning, gorgeous, beautiful. This is also the $495 Ebony Twilight Metallic color that is really stunning, especially with the dark chrome accents that are only available on the AT4. Also only available on the AT4 are going to be these red tow hooks, as well as a skid plate in case you really actually do want to take this off-roading, which I should have done, but it was raining all weekend, which is why I'm in a parking garage. Anyways, some other AT4 exclusives for the exterior are going to be these lights and the plastic fenders for the side profile, as well as these Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tires and the 18-inch wheels. Yeah, I really like the way that the front end looks. It's really aggressive, it's commanding, and it's what a GMC should look like. You know, GMC is really leaning into the more aggressive design language, and you can tell, especially in the way that the tail lamps are designed, the fact that they kind of wrap around with this kind of slotted look on the side profile. Also in the way that there are quad exhausts for a 4-cylinder. There's one exhaust for each cylinder. I also really just love the tail lamp design in general. Now, this does have an auto open tailgate that you can customize the setting of how wide it opens. And one of the biggest benefits, well, I guess technically there are 2 to the elongation of the Acadia, is going to be more space for the third row occupants, as well as more cargo capacity. Who doesn't love that? And there's even more cargo space down under here. With all of the seats up, you do get 23 cubic feet of total storage. And then with the manually folding third row, which has power folding third row only available in the Denali, you get 57 cubic feet of storage. And then with both rows down, you get 97 cubic feet of total storage, which is almost as much as a Yukon or a Tahoe or an Escalade, etc. Well, it's just those 3. That's a lot, especially for a mid-size SUV. Here we are in the mothering mobile. The first thing that I have to talk about is how good of a job that GM has done differentiating the 3 versions of this. I like what Chevy is doing with their interiors, and I like the Buick Enclave. That one has a more luxurious take on it. But I love this one. I also love the fact that it has real actual climate control buttons as well as a real actual volume knob controller. And with the fact that the infotainment system houses all of the buttons, and I'll get into that in a second, it allows the center console to be super spacious, has so much cargo capacity, and this center console is huge. The seats are incredibly comfortable. I love the way that these feel. I like how dynamic they made it look. I love the gauge cluster. While it does fall in line with a lot of GM's products right now, I like it. I like the fact that you've got a tachometer look, you've got a map look. It also integrates with the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. At least it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now, to speak to the second and third row, I fit legroom wise in the second row, but I don't fit headroom wise in the second row. Now, the ironic thing is that in the third row, I don't have as much legroom, but I actually have like ample headroom in the third row. But it also makes sense if you look in the back, because if you look in the back, there is an indent that is made for, you know, adults that want to sit back there. Super Cruise is on, by the way. The infotainment system is incredibly intuitive. It's incredibly quick. I mean, the software is great. You can customize the icons for all of your app icons to be right where you want them. The only qualm that I do have about it is the fact that the mute and power button are on the side. Why is that? What is with that? That is a really awkward place to have it, I guess. I mean, I guess you could like point your finger and bump into it. Okay, that makes sense. But it is kind of an awkward placement of it. It's a really good entry, and I actually, the week that I've had this, have been seeing a lot of people driving these, and so they are selling. The Traverses are selling like hotcakes, but these are selling too. And I can see why. This is a very handsome, it is a very masculine, and it's a very mask for mask interior in here, I'm not gonna lie. But it's a cool interior, and I like masculine things. You know, what happened to real men? So obviously I've been riding on these Goodyear Wrangler Territory all-terrain tires, and I expected these to kind of degrade the ride quality a little bit. And to be honest, it's smooth. The engine is plenty powerful. It sounds awful, but it's fine. You know, the other thing though is that, like, if you're really pushing it though, you kind of have to have it in all-wheel drive because the torque is almost too much for the front tires. And it's not just because it's raining out either, it's also because it's just, anytime that you really hit the gas on the accelerator, the tires do actually end up slipping a little bit. But I found that if you put it into all-wheel drive, it does kind of mitigate that. Now, in terms of handling, this thing, it's a boat. It is a boat. It handles itself, like it can keep up with itself. I would not suggest doing any dynamic driving in this thing. It's just not built for that. What it's built for is for towing. It's built for daily driving. It is not built for cornering. Well, that's all I've got for today's video. Please do me the biggest favor ever and like this video, comment something down below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so that you get notified whenever I drop a new video, which is whenever I can. Thank you for your support. Seriously. I don't think I did like the best job really this video describing, like, you know, the drivetrain, the powertrain, and even the transmission, because I forgot to talk about the transmission. Transmission does great. I don't really have I think I forgot to talk about it because it does fine. The engine, does it sound the best? No, it doesn't at all. But it does work. It does a really great job at what it's meant to do. It performs the best when you engage the all-wheel drive drivetrain, which is a button located on the dashboard. Other thing that I kind of am curious about is just kind of the placement between the Chevy and the Buick version of this, where it's like this is also the middle trim level, and it also has like the luxury package, so it's like pretty expensive. I mean, like this comes in around like $59,000 MSRP, I'm pretty sure. And with all of the packages that it has, it still doesn't have rain-sensing windshield wipers, and not all of the windows are auto down. Little nitpicky things that are really not that important, but I think for the price point, I would like some rain-sensing windshield wipers. I don't know. I'm sure that the Denali has it. GMC has always been kind of like the nicer version of, you know, the GM products, but it's not quite Escalade Cadillac status. So there's going to be some, you know, things that are missing here and there, but that's not to say that I don't like like the car, because actually out of the three, out of the Buick and the Chevy and this one, I see myself in this one the most. And I think that like it does a really good job, not only differentiating itself from the other two brands, it helps differentiate itself in this segment in general, where it's like so saturated at this point. And especially with all of these brands going for these like all-terrain off-road, iterations, this one does it in a cooler, subtler way. I like it. Really great entry into the segment. That's all I've got for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye! See you later! Hey Sparks, thanks for watching today's video. Do you want more Sparkplug TV content? Then you can choose one of these three options right over here. The middle button is to subscribe to my channel, so please do that. Right over here. These three. I can't see them in real life, but they're right here.